Hi, I'm Steve Smith with Cult of Mac. So the Worldwide Developer Conference finished just a few minutes ago, and I'm here to try and wrap up everything they announced in the 2-hour video in the next couple of minutes. So let's get started. So the whole show opened up with a short video highlighting how important the developers are. With over 9 million registered developers, Apple really wanted to get across how important they are to them and also the customers. Shortly after, Tim Cook came to the stage to do his standard recap on the last year with Apple. Highlights included having over 80 million Macs in circulation, with 51% of them running Mavericks. That's compared to 14% of PCs running Windows 8. Craig Federighi then came onto the stage to talk about Yosemite, which concentrates on 3 key things: a new interface, new apps, and continuity. After mentioning the beginnings of OS X, how it started off with that aqua theme we all know, they're continuing the evolution, with new translucent materials for Windows, which just about show the desktop background, peeking through, and also add depth when using multiple windows so that you can really see what you're doing. All of the new design is heading straight towards iOS, for a cleaner, flatter look, especially with the new icons, all whilst maximising space for content. It also shows a dark mode, which would be great for people like photographers or video editors, to stop them getting distracted by the bright docks and bright bars going across the top. Notification Center also had a slight refresh, with a Today tab giving you an overview of all your notifications, again similar to iOS, and also the ability to add widgets, making the dashboard pretty much redundant, letting you add third-party apps as well as things such as the calculator. Handoff is a brilliant new feature which allows you to start creating a file on your iPhone or iPad. As soon as you get into proximity with your Mac, a prompt in the dock allows you to carry on seamlessly on the Mac. One of the biggest improvements was the Spotlight search. It brings up a separate bar similar to what you see in Google or Safari, but it doesn't just search the files on your computer, oh no. It brings up internet searches, iTunes content, and much, much more. There's also iCloud Drive, which allows you to share documents from different apps on the Mac or iOS, even if the device doesn't have the app installed. One of the biggest new features on the Mac is you can now make and take calls using your iPhone. It basically uses the antenna from your iPhone and uses your Mac as a loudspeaker, which is pretty damn cool. There's also improvements to Mail, including a new UI with markup, which allows you to draw on images and PDFs to annotate them or add your signature. And also a new feature that I've been dying to have. You can now send a whopping 5GB file, which appear normal to Mac users, or if you're with another service like Google Mail, it comes up as a link for you to download. Plus, Messages on the Mac now accepts SMS. I guess that's one win for Android. Overall, most of the apps in OS X have had a clean refresh, making it easier to use and see all of the important information in one go. We will cover all the new OS X features in more detail in separate videos, but now onto iOS. So Cook started off by mentioning they've sold over 800 million iOS devices. 130 million of them are new users. So obviously iOS 8 has kept the same style from iOS and built on it. Whether you like it or love it, it's there to stay. Personally, I love it. They've improved on the multitasking screen, now allowing you quick access to the most recent contacts, just like the most recent apps you've used. Mail is even easier to use than ever. Simply swipe straight across to delete a message, or if you half swipe you can flag the message or leave it as unread. And a much awaited update from Jailbreak fans is interactive notifications.
So now, if you get a message like this, just pull down and you can reply from right where you are.
The keyboard now has QuickType, which has predictive typing suggestions sensitive on what the previous message has to say, and it learns depending on what app you use or who you're speaking to, whether it's formal for work or informal for your friends, or making sure that your keystrokes stay personal to you. And the long-awaited health app has finally been revealed. It can monitor things like your calories burned, along with other metrics, and then it will work alongside products like the Nike Fuel Band or Fitbit, and put all your health information into one place. There's also improvements to family sharing. So next time you make a purchase on iTunes, you can share that purchase with up to 5 family members as long as they're using the same credit card. One of the improvements I was really impressed with on the keynote is photos. You can get amazing results now by using smart controls for editing light, colour, auto straightening and cropping. Most impressively, a smart light meter, which you can scroll across the previews of the final image, and the same feature for saturation. You can also import filters from VSOCAM and Instagram. They also mentioned Siri a little bit too. They mentioned their partnership with Shazam, We can find out what song is playing on the radio and also purchase songs through it. Also, they've caught up to Google a little bit by enabling you to say, "Hey Siri," a little bit similar to the way you say, "OK Glass" or "OK Google." They had tons of developer updates as well, so I'm going to rush through the best ones right now. They have a new way to develop games called Metal, which is 10 times faster than the way they do it now, using something called OpenGL. I don't understand all this, but I'm sure one of you can. And they did a quick demo with it, and the graphics were amazing, and I was blown out of the park. Along with the HomeKit to enable products like the Philips Hue and smart locks to all link together. Both iOS 8 and Yosemite are available in the fall completely free. So there's a whole lot of updates there, and I've tried to cover as many as I possibly could in this short space of time. I couldn't fit them all in this roundup, but we will be covering more in separate videos over the next few hours and days. With previews of iOS 8 and OS 10 with myself and Josh. Please make sure you stay tuned and subscribe so you don't miss a single video. Also, leave a comment below to let us know what your favourite feature was. I'll see you next time.